Have you ever stopped to think how just one misstep could change everything? Imagine this. You're simply walking to your mailbox, like you've done 1,000 times before. The sun is out, maybe you're holding the morning paper or just stretching your legs a bit, and then without warning you trip, you fall. And in that one split second, life takes a turn. For many older adults, a fall doesn't just leave a bruise. It can mean weeks in a hospital bed, a long and painful recovery, or worse, it can take away your freedom, the ability to live independently, the confidence to move without fear, and the scariest part, it often doesn't happen with flashing red lights or big warning signs. It happens quietly, in the middle of ordinary life. But what if I told you there's something you can do? What if you could take simple, practical steps without any expensive equipment or gym memberships to feel stronger, steadier, and more in control? That's what this video is all about. Today, we're going to explore 6 powerful walking techniques that have helped real seniors across the country walk with more balance and confidence. These are techniques backed by physical therapists, aging experts, and most importantly by the everyday experiences of older adults just like you or your loved ones. And no, we're not talking about complex routines or medical jargon. Just small, smart adjustments to how you walk, stand, and move, things your body already knows how to do, but may have forgotten along the way. You might be in your 60s, 70s, 80s, or even older. Or maybe you're watching this for someone you love, someone who's quietly struggling with balance but doesn't know where to start. Whatever brought you here, you're in the right place. Because knowledge is power, but only when it's simple enough to use, and confidence. It doesn't come from being perfect. It comes from progress, from learning how to take each step with just a little more awareness and a lot more purpose. So if you've ever felt uncertain while walking or worried about a loved one who seems unsteady, stick with us. By the end of this video, you won't just know what can help. You'll understand how to apply it in real life. Let's walk this path together, one safe, steady, confident step at a time. Let me ask you something simple but important. Where do you usually look when you're walking? Down at your feet, at the ground just in front of you. Most of us do it without thinking, but here's the truth. Constantly looking down can throw off your balance more than you realize. When your eyes are glued to the floor, your neck tilts forward, your shoulders hunch, and your entire posture starts to collapse inward. Over time, this doesn't just make walking uncomfortable, it actually increases your risk of falling. Now imagine this. You're walking with your head slightly lifted, eyes focused 10 to 15 feet ahead. Not staring at the clouds, but looking forward at where you're going. This one small shift in head position can realign your spine, gently activate your core muscles, and make your steps feel more balanced and controlled. It's like turning on your body's natural GPS and stability system. Let me tell you about Harold. Harold is 78, a retired postman, spent most of his life walking neighborhoods and chatting with neighbors. But after retirement, he noticed something troubling. He felt shaky every time he walked, especially on uneven sidewalks. His instinct was to look down to watch every step like a hawk. But that only made things worse. One day, during a balance workshop at his local senior center, the instructor told him to try something different. "Look where you're going," she said. "Not at your feet, but out ahead, like you're already there." It sounded too simple to matter. But Harold gave it a shot, and to his surprise, just by raising his gaze a bit, his walk changed. He felt taller, surer, more confident with every step. That tiny change helped him feel like himself again. You see, your body takes cues from your eyes. Where you look, your body tends to follow. So when you look up and forward, your spine stacks properly, your weight centers more naturally, and you feel steadier physically and mentally. And the best part, you don't need a gym, fancy shoes, or walking aid to start this. Just the decision. The next time you go for a walk, even just across the room, lift your gaze, look ahead. It's a small step. But it's the first one toward walking safer, standing taller, and living more confidently. So, what direction are you looking today? Let me ask you something that might surprise you. What do your arms do when you walk? Most people don't even think about it. We assume walking is all about the legs, right? But the truth is, your arms play a bigger role than you might realize, especially as we get older. Your arms act like your body's built-in balancing poles. When they move rhythmically with your stride, They help stabilize your whole body like a tightrope walker using a long pole to stay steady. But here's the problem. Many seniors stop swinging their arms altogether. Some do it out of fear of falling, others because of pain, stiffness, or just plain habit. But when your arms stop moving, your body has to work harder to stay upright. You may find yourself overcorrecting with your hips, leaning too far forward, or even feeling like you're wobbling. Let me share a quick story. Miss Bernice is 79, a sweet woman with a soft smile and a strong will. She walks with a cane, always has, but not long ago, she started feeling off balance. No matter how careful she was, her steps felt uncertain. Then someone pointed out something unexpected: her right arm never moved. It stayed stiff by her side, locked in place. Over time, that stiffness was throwing off her entire balance. So with some coaching, she began practicing gentle arm swings again. Just small, natural movements, nothing exaggerated. And slowly, her balance improved. Her walk looked more fluid, more confident. She even said, "I feel like I'm gliding again." Now you might be wondering, what if I use a cane or walker? What if one arm is weaker than the other? That's okay. Even swinging one arm naturally can make a difference. The key is to keep your shoulders relaxed, your elbows slightly bent, and let your arms swing gently from your shoulders, not your wrists. It's not about swinging wildly or forcing it. It's about letting your body move the way it was designed to move, naturally, rhythmically, in harmony. So the next time you go for a walk, whether it's around the block or across your living room, notice your arms. Are they helping you or holding you back? Because sometimes finding your rhythm again isn't about walking faster. It's about letting every part of you, legs, core, and yes, even your arms move together. That's how you walk steady. That's how you walk strong. Let's talk about something you probably haven't thought about since childhood: how your feet touch the ground when you walk. It might sound simple, even silly, but the way your foot makes contact with the floor has a huge impact on your balance, coordination, and safety, especially as we age. A lot of older adults start walking flat-footed, or worse, leading with the toes. It might happen gradually, without realizing. Maybe your joints are stiff, maybe your legs feel tired, or maybe you've just been compensating for pain or fear of falling. But here's the truth. Walking toe-first or flat-footed increases your risk of stumbling. It throws your alignment off, makes you less stable, and limits how your muscles work together to support you. Instead, here's the golden rule: heel, arch, toes. That's the natural role of the foot. Your heel should be the first point of contact. Then your arch gently spreads the weight, and finally, your toes push off to complete the step. It's like a wave, smooth, controlled, and powerful. Let me share Leonard's story. He's 74 and used to shuffle his feet everywhere he went. He'd trip over rugs, curbs, even his own shoes. At first, he thought it was just part of getting older. But a physical therapist watched him walk and noticed his heels never touched the ground first. He was stepping flat or toe first every time. So they began retraining him to walk heel to toe. At first, it felt strange. But they practiced barefoot, walking slowly across a towel to help him feel each part of the foot make contact. Within a few weeks, Leonard was walking more confidently. He said, "I feel like I've got control again." So here's something you can try today. Take off your shoes, lay a towel or soft mat on the floor. Slowly walk across it. Focus on that rolling motion: heel, arch, toes. Notice how it feels. Do this for just a few minutes a day. And ask yourself, am I walking to move or walking to stay balanced? Because how you step isn't just habit, it's health, it's stability. It's the foundation for every move you make. And sometimes, the biggest improvements come not from going farther but from stepping smarter. Now here's a walking tip that might surprise you. Taking smaller steps can actually make you feel stronger, safer, and more in control. I know, we've been conditioned to think longer strides mean more power, more purpose. But when it comes to staying upright and balanced as we age, shorter is smarter. Let me explain why. When you take long strides, your body weight shifts too far behind your center of gravity. That throws off your balance and slows your ability to react if you trip or slip. It's like walking on ice with skis. Looks graceful, but one wrong move and you're down before you know it. Now compare that to shorter, quicker steps. They keep your weight underneath you, give you faster response time, and reduce the strain on your legs and hips. It's a walking style based on stability, not speed. Take Mr. Franklin, for example. He's in his early 80s, full of energy, and had a habit of taking big, confident strides, but he was falling often. Nothing major at first, but one day he slipped on his porch and ended up with a bruised hip. His doctor suggested a simple adjustment: shorten his steps. At first, it felt unnatural. I felt like I was shuffling, he told me. But after a week of practice, he noticed something unexpected. He wasn't just steadier, he had more energy. By keeping his steps shorter, he reduced the physical effort it took to walk, and his body didn't feel as exhausted by the end of the day. And guess what? He hasn't had a fall since. Here's a quick self-check you can try right now. Walk at your normal pace for 10 seconds and count your steps. Then, try again, but take smaller, quicker steps. Count again. You'll notice the difference. More steps in the same time means your feet are landing closer to your body's center, giving you more control and quicker reaction time. So, ask yourself, are my steps helping me stay balanced or pushing me off track? It's not about walking faster or farther. It's about walking smarter. A small change in stride could be the one thing that keeps you standing tall, confident, and safe step after step. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you thought about your core, not your arms, not your legs, but that center part of your body, from your stomach to your lower back? For many people, especially as we age, we focus so much on our joints, our knees, our balance, but we forget the powerhouse that holds it all together, the core. Think of your core like the foundation of a house. If the foundation is weak, the whole structure wobbles no matter how strong the walls are. Your core muscles, the abdominals, lower back, and hips play a central role in balance. When these muscles are weak, the legs end up doing all the hard work. Your posture starts to tilt, and suddenly walking feels more like a struggle than a natural rhythm. This was exactly what Mrs. Lilianaga, 81 years old, discovered. She told me she never used to think about her core. I thought crunches were for young gym rats, she laughed. But after a minor fall in her kitchen, no broken bones, thankfully her physical therapist introduced her to a few simple exercises. Nothing dramatic, no heavy lifting. Just a few minutes each day of small, gentle movements. One of her favorites. While brushing her teeth, she'd gently pull in her stomach muscles just enough to feel them engage and hold for a few seconds. Another exercise, standing near the counter and lifting one foot off the ground for 5 seconds, then switching sides. Within a few weeks, Lillian noticed something was different. She stood taller, her walk felt more stable. And most importantly, her confidence returned. That fear of falling that lingered after her kitchen accident, it slowly faded. And here's the beautiful part. Strengthening your core doesn't take a gym membership or hours of exercise. It just takes intention and a few small habits you can build into your day. So try this. Next time you're doing the dishes, standing in line, or waiting for the microwave, gently tighten your abdominal muscles. Hold it, breathe, let go, repeat. It's simple, it's safe, and it works. Because at the end of the day, walking isn't just about legs, it's about the whole system working together. And your core, that's your control center. So ask yourself, are you supporting your steps from the center or leaving all the work to your feet? Strengthen your core, and every step forward becomes just a little more secure. Have you ever walked from one room to another and felt a little off balance, but didn't quite know why? It happens more often than we think, especially as we get older. And one of the hidden reasons is something most people never notice: a sudden change in flooring. You see, the human brain and body work as a team. When you walk, your brain is constantly scanning the floor beneath you, adjusting how much pressure to apply, how wide your steps should be, even how your foot hits the ground. But as we age, that reaction time slows down. Walking from carpet to tile, or from wood to a glossy floor, may not seem like a big deal, but for someone over 70, that split-second adjustment takes just a little longer. And in that small window of delay, falls happen. Peter, one of our longtime viewers, he's 79, shared a powerful story. He was visiting his daughter's new house, walking from the living room to the kitchen, when his foot slid slightly on the shiny tile. It wasn't a full fall, thank goodness, but it shook him up. After that moment, Peter started practicing a simple technique. Every time he entered a new room or hallway, he would quietly name the floor type out loud. Tile, rug, wood. It might sound strange, but it worked. That small action helped his brain stay alert and his steps more intentional. You can try it right now. As you move from one surface to another, just name it. Carpet, tile, mat. It pulls your awareness to the moment and gives your brain just enough extra time to process the change. Also, watch out for floor reflections, those shiny spots that look flat but can be slick. Or if you wear bifocals, be careful. The lower lens can slightly distort your view of the floor. Bright lighting, shadows, and even patterned rugs can throw off your depth perception. None of this is about fear, it's about awareness. Aging doesn't mean giving up independence. It just means being a little smarter with how we move through the world. So next time you step into a new room, take a pause, look down, name the floor, and take that step with confidence, because knowing what's beneath your feet is one of the simplest, most powerful ways to prevent a fall. Let's take a breath together. If you've made it this far, I want you to hear something important. You are not fragile. You are not broken. You are simply learning to move in a way that matches where you are today. Yes, aging comes with changes, and with those changes come fears. One of the biggest fears, falling. It's quiet. It's sudden. And for many older adults, it shakes their confidence more than they care to admit. But here's the truth most people forget. Confidence isn't something you're born with, it's something you build. And step by step, you are building it. These 6 techniques we just explored, they're not extreme workouts. They're not complicated physical therapy. They're natural movements, simple habits you can practice every day, right in your own home, with just your body and your awareness. You're not just learning how to walk safely again. You're reconnecting with your body. You're restoring trust in yourself. And every single step you take, whether it's adjusting your stride, engaging your core, or simply noticing the floor beneath your feet, is an act of strength. I want to share a little story. My grandmother, in her 80s, used to say, "Growing old is not for the faint of heart." She was right, but she also said, "Each day I move, even slowly, I feel like I'm winning." And that's what I want for you, because this isn't just about preventing falls. It's about reclaiming your independence, your freedom, and your peace of mind. So now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these walking habits helped you the most, or which one are you going to try first? Share it in the comments. Your story could inspire someone else who's feeling uncertain right now. And if this video brought you value, consider subscribing. It helps us create more helpful, heartfelt content just like this for you, and for thousands of others walking this path alongside you. Remember, you're not fragile. You're adapting, you're learning. And you're stronger than you think. Take care, and keep moving forward one steady, confident step at a time.